Hey, I'm back once again. This time I'm going to do my thoughts on this DVD, Twist of Fate, the Matt and Jeff Hardy story. This is a WWE released DVD. Like, there's kind of profiles on Matt and Jeff, like on separate discs, including extras of like some of their singles matches and some of their tag matches, and like kind of documentaries on two of them, each one separately, although they say kind of the same stuff about them growing up and being in the tag teams in each one of theirs that they do. I have to say, like, I don't know, I don't think there's a whole lot of depth in this WWE produced DVD, and like it doesn't quite go into them as much as I may like it to. But I think, like, because it's a WWE produced DVD that owns a lot of footage in that, it's like pretty good, right, and definitely worth getting if you're a fan of the Hardy Boys. Basically, in the Matt Hardy one, it goes over how like he's like used to put on wrestling shows like at this carnival thing, and like was doing like little promo vids like in his trampoline wrestling federation with Jeff and like Shannon Moore as well. Shannon Moore and Gregory Helms give comments and stuff, and he goes over about the thing with Lita and Edge a bit, although not as much depth, and it just seems, I don't know, either like because it's a WWE thing, it's fabricating issues or whatever, or it's water under the bridge. But I don't know, you just don't know what to think really during that. It like touches slightly on the Mattitude gimmick thing, which is probably the highlight for me of the Matt Hardy story bit. And it just goes on to him like saying his goals, touches a bit on the feud of MVP, so pretty good. This is like the inlay. It's like quite snazzy. Yeah, pretty good. It's about an hour long. You can definitely tell Matt has the passion for wrestling. Like, out of the extras matches that he has, the ones that are my favourite are probably the steel cage match he has with Edge and the match he has on SmackDown with Mr. Kennedy. Like, I think those two are awesome matches, but I think better matches could have been chosen. Like, because Matt Hardy had like the best match on SmackDown pretty much every week he was on there last year, but that's my opinion nonetheless. There's a great like extra with Matt Hardy doing a promo when he was about like 16 years old for WCW as the character High Voltage, and just hilarious stuff seeing him as a shouting kid like being a wrestler and that. But I love it. Like, I thought like, it was good, like very entertaining. And on the Jeff Hardy one, basically like his documentary's a little bit shorter, but there's a bit of difference. It like covers most of him as like as a musician and as an artist. So you see some of his aluminium sculptures or whatever, and you hear a bit of his work as a musician, and he talks about his like dirt biking and that, and I think it's quite interesting. It's interesting how they bring up like how he worked for TNA, and like he like makes slight references to like demons or whatever, like saying the demonic world of drugs, but it doesn't really go full on in depth as to what's in the head of Jeff Hardy. Of course, throughout both documentaries there's the talking heads like Jim Ross, Michael Hayes, yeah, and even Edge like gives a bit of his view on the whole affair with Lita, and it's just a bit weird seeing it come from him on the DVD release when you don't know whether it's like fabricated, which pretty much could be. But yeah, it's quite interesting. And on like the Jeff Hardy's extras, it like basically shows the Hardy Boys like playing with their dogs or whatever. Oh, there's also like one of Jeff Hardy's tracks Like, and it has footage of him like being a jobber in the WWE coming through here as well, and it's a real good song. Like, to be honest, if Jeff Hardy wasn't a wrestler, I'd probably be a fan of his music. It's quite interesting stuff. It doesn't really grab you, but it's like quite experimental and interesting as far as that goes. As far as his matches go on here, so I think the matches with Triple H are like a highlight. Apart from like obviously like Triple H's conduct, whatever. And I just watched the match with Margaret and Jeff Hardy that was on from last year, and I loved that match a lot. I enjoyed that. Oh yeah, and the table match that the Hardys had against the Dudley Boys at Royal Rumble 2000 is on that side, and that is a very wicked match indeed. Like, it's like only about 10 minutes odd, but it's just a real fun match. For me, like, one of the best matches on the extras is like a match from Omega with the Hardy Boys against the Serial Thrillers, and it has like the Hardy Boys against Gregory Helms and like some other big guy or whatever, and it basically has commentary by the Hardys and Gregory Helms and Shannon Moore, and like it's just great, like hearing them have a laugh, like watching this match and stuff. And it's funny, they make some kind of reference to Ring of Honor, and like they say, oh, there's some like Ring of Honor bullshit there. Basically, like Matt Hardy like did some technical wrestling with Gregory Helms and that, and then it's weird how they mention Ring of Honor and TNA on this. Like Jeff Hardy says, oh, I left the other company, I got out my contract with TNA. It's all in passing mention. I find that very strange, but nonetheless quite interesting. So overall, like, quite a good DVD. Maybe probably more worth getting if you're a full-on Hardy Boys fan. I was slightly disappointed by the match selection. I thought there could have been better matches on here, personally. And like, obviously, with it being a WWE released DVD, that like probably doesn't go quite into the depth that you want it to. But for like that kind of thing, I'd get these like insider pro wrestling insiders like interviews that are like done by Wade Keller. They're kind of like shoot interviews. This one's a lot better, but like they're both from like 2005, and like you get more of an insight onto like who they actually are, and it has like some more of their like independent matches and stuff of them like as younger guys and that. But yeah, overall this release isn't too bad, but I wouldn't say it's like full on recommended unless you are a big fan of the Hardy Boys. So that's my thought on that. Next DVD I'm going to review is like going to be IWA King of Deathmatch 1995, which features Cactus Jack, Terry Gordy, Terry Funk, Leatherface, Tiger Jeet Singh. Yeah, I've watched a few matches so far and I love it, but that'll be sometime next week. Anyway, take care.